back to Krista's kitchen today. We're going to be making green chicken sandwiches, but Mom's going to teach me how to make her ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese. You're going to need these 4 ingredients. You're going to need a strainer and a cheesecloth. So let's get right into it.
Alright, so we have our stovetop to a medium-high heat. We've got a boiler pot. The first thing you need is half a gallon of whole milk. You're going to pour the whole thing into your pot.
Carefully.
Carefully, correct.
Are you sure it's supposed to be all of it? Okay.
Okay, next you need about 1 cup of heavy cream.
1 cup of heavy
Your instruments are next to your thing.
So this is 1 cup. So we're going to need this one. Slowly.
You need 1 teaspoon of salt. We're using an herb salt, but you can use any kind you like.
1 teaspoon?
Don't measure over your pot, because what if you pour it all in? There you go. Very good.
This looks like, do we eat leaves, Mom? It looks like we eat leaves.
We do. We eat a lot of leaves.
Why?
Seasoning. It needs to be filled up. You can give it a gentle stir, and now you just need to watch it for the first sign of boiling. Alright, you're going to let it heat up and watch for the first set of little bubbles, okay? When it starts to bubble, let me know. Now while she does that, we're going to get started on our chicken. These are just 2 huge chicken breasts that I thawed from the freezer, and we're going to pound them out so they're much thinner and they'll cook more evenly. Okay, y'all, so she had a little boiling over and scalding issue, but we're going to try and save it and see if we can't salvage what we've got. So we've turned the heat off. Ellinor, open up your vinegar. You can use lemon juice or white distilled vinegar. You need about 3 tablespoons.
So, 3 of these.
Yeah. You're going to pour it straight in. And you see how it's starting to pull away. Once you see her stir it, you'll see even more pulling.
Sorry.
That's alright. And you'll stir it, and you'll see the milk start to like congeal or clabber or whatever you want to call it, and pull away from that whey. If you don't get the texture you're looking for and you don't see it start to do this, you can add a little bit more lemon juice or a little bit more white wine vinegar or white distilled vinegar. Sorry. That's the cheese. So you see the little brown bits in it. She scalded it a little bit. That's okay. It's a learning curve. I still think we can salvage some of it. You can't eat all of it, but we are going to eat most of it in our sandwiches. And how cool is it when you can make your own cheese for your dinner, especially if you have a lot of extra milk.
What's it supposed to taste like?
It's a soft cheese. It's lasagna cheese, sissy.
Okay.
Alright, so move your strainer into the sink. So we've put our colander with our cheesecloth down in the sink, and you could save this over the pot so that you can collect all of that whey, but we're just going to pour it in and let it sit here for a while and strain itself out. Now, since this is Ellinor's first time and there's a high chance of burning, I'm pouring this in and just letting her watch. You could save that whey and give it to some animals or whatever you want to do. With the vinegar in it, I'm not sure if any of them would want it. There is your cheese, and we're going to let it just sit here and strain. It's not all yours. We're just going to let it strain in this colander while we make our sandwiches for about the goal is about 30 minutes. So by the time we get the sandwiches completely done, this will be done. And we'll be able to taste it and see if we need to add a little bit more salt or anything and use it. So let's move back to our sandwiches. So now that our ricotta is made and it's straining, we're gonna take our chicken that we pounded out, and I'm just gonna cut it into smaller pieces because that is humongous and we want it to actually fit on our sandwich. So, I mean, even that size, and I don't care if they are like a perfect little shape, but the more even sizing they are, the more even they will cook. And that is still a thick piece of chicken even after we pounded the good heavens out of it. I also have my cast iron skillet heating up on the stove because we want it heating for several minutes so that when we put the chicken down on it, it will automatically like sear and start to cook. So with our chicken seasoning, we are going so simple. Salt, pepper, and a little Italian seasoning. So we're going to flip this over and season the other side. You also want to make sure your chicken is room temperature. That'll help you get the most even cook all the way through. Okay. I dropped that. Now that this chicken is all seasoned, I'm going to cut up the other one and just give my pan at least about 5 minutes to warm up before I put the chicken in. Okay, now that our pan is literally smoking hot, we're just going to lay our chicken down in it. So while our chicken cooks, we are going to take our ciabatta rolls or ciabatta buns, slice them in half, and put a little olive oil on them. And I like to use ciabatta because of all the little holes and pockets that are in it. So just a little bit of olive oil. So now that we're all done with our chicken, we're going to clean out our pan so that we can toast up our ciabatta buns. I'm just cleaning up some of these burnt bits from the chicken. I don't need it to be perfect because I'm going to clean it after the ciabatta buns. I just don't want a ton of little burnt bits on there. And I really want to press the oil down to it. Now, how beautiful is that? If that doesn't make you feel like summertime, I don't know what will. So we're going to make our sandwiches. So we're going to start with one of our little toasted buns. And yes, you can make your own pesto. However, I don't find it cost effective for us just because of the price of pine nuts. Like, they are outrageous. But we're just using some basil pesto, adding on a few slices of romaine, a slice of chicken. We're actually going to put 2 slices of chicken. Add some more pesto to the top of our sandwich. Some of our ricotta. I did go ahead and taste it. If you find that you think your ricotta doesn't have enough salt, feel free to add a little bit more. The 1 teaspoon when you're making it is just an estimate. But you see how crumbly it is? Like a nice feta. I also tasted with some of the little bits that she scalded a little bit, and you can't taste it at all. So it's not bad. It's a learning curve. She's learning and we're working together, and she did it pretty much on her own. I didn't, besides pouring it out, I didn't help her with the stirring or the watching for it to boil or any of that. Adding in some tomato slices, and we're gonna flip it over onto our sandwich. And look at that huge mamma jamma of a beautiful sandwich. Well, I was gonna taste test and let y'all know how it is, but Thatcher wants to come taste test. So, come here. All right. Oh, it's a big sandwich, huh? All right, take a big giant bite and tell us what you think. Did you even taste it yet?
Yeah.
You love it? All right. You want that to be your plate? All right, you can sit down with it.
So now we're going to be making my cat, Roux, her birthday cake. We're using this mix because my mom likes it better than her own cobbler. But let's get right into it, and it's going to be delicious. What we're going to do first is we're going to set the oven to 375 Fahrenheit. Okay. 300. Now we're going to be melting 4 tablespoons of butter. All real butter will always have the measurement on the back.
That may or may not be true, sister.
No.
I'm just saying, the real butter has the markings.
Yeah. Real butter.
Okay. But maybe not all real butter.
1.
Push straight down. There you go.
That was easier.
Yep.
You don't want to eat paper.
No.
Right, I don't think. Can we let me go a little bit?
She can have some of the cobbler.
Now we're going to bring this over to our oven.
Yep, go put it in the oven.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be all the way preheated. You're just using it to melt it right now.
Dance party. Okay. We're going to pour our milk, and I'm going to pour my cobbler mix in my mixing bowl, and then I'm going to pour my milk and mix it until it's smooth. I just put in 3/4 of a cup in my mixing bowl. Now time to mix. Now my milk and my cobbler mix is all mixed up and smooth. Now I'm going to pour it in my 9x9 pan. So I'm going to sprinkle my berries in my pan, bake it at 375 for 40 to 45 minutes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roux. Happy birthday to you.
And many more. River float out. Can I blow? Good job. I was wanting to blow. You want your treat for your birthday? Oh. That is just so cute. Okay, tell me which one you want. 9 lives? Okay. Now which one you want?
She can have 2 for her birthday.
You'll get this one and the other one. But you chose this one first. Ooh. You don't get that many. You only get 3 because you want 3. No, she only gets 2. We don't